Welcome to this week's Preston Respect video blog. This week we want to look at some of the changes that are taking place to the National Health Service in Britain. And so we're filming today outside of the Royal Preston Hospital. This is a very popular local hospital. It's a general hospital. It's a hospital where everyone in Preston comes, no matter what operations or services they require. Yet earlier this year, the local Primary Care Trust announced that they were going to open up services locally to competition. They said this was about patient choice. They said that they were going to open up a CAT service, which means clinical assessment and treatment services, and that their preferred bidder would be an organisation called NetCare, a South African multinational whose priority is not teaching, is not training, but profits for their shareholders. We've now changed location and we're outside the old Preston workhouse. That's the building that is behind me now. And of course in 1948, like many workhouses across Britain, it became the local hospital. And in a strange irony, this building is now a local business centre, and at the heart of the business centre in the old workhouse, that's where the Lancashire Primary Care Trust have their offices. And it's from here, in the old workhouse, that the Primary Care Trust decided that in the interest of choice they were going to invite NetCare in to provide CAT services. Now how do CATs work? Essentially what it means is that when you go to your general practitioner and you're diagnosed with some medical ailment, the doctor will give you a form with a number and a password on it, and you'll be sent home. When you get home you have to phone a call centre, and the call centre will arrange for you to have an initial treatment and assessment with a physiotherapist, with a doctor, with a clinician, and you'll also be given a choice about whether you want to have your service and your treatment within the National Health Service, or whether you want to divert the funds to a private company and a private business. Now this might be a private hospital, or it might be a private provider, and that's where NetCare come in. They're a private provider using NHS beds, NHS equipment and an NHS hospital to provide the service and to make profits for themselves. We're now outside the Preston Health Port. This is a new building, specially constructed for the CAT services at a cost of millions of pounds to the taxpayers of this country. So it's public money that has paved the way for the investment in the health port, and it's public money which has been used to subsidise the NetCare organisation. Now when the Primary Care Trust first decided that they were going to open up CAT services, they had to undertake a consultation, and the overwhelming response of the people in Preston was that they didn't want CATs, and they certainly didn't want NetCare. At one public meeting there was 300 people at the meeting, and at the vote at the end 298 people voted against NetCare. Despite the overwhelming local opposition, the Primary Care Trust pushed ahead with their plans. But last month even the government came out against the Lancashire Primary Care Trust. They said that this attempt at privatisation was not economically viable. So now both the government and the people of Preston are against the privatisation of the health service, and they're against NetCare. Yet the Primary Care Trust are determined to push ahead, privatising health services in this city. And that's why we're opposed to the NetCare privatisation on Preston.